Hey, thanks for joining me for my fourth vlog. Today's country is India, and after that I'll share some facts about my faith. India is located in southern Asia, bordering the Arabian Sea and the Bay of Bengal. It is located between Burma and Pakistan. India is slightly more than one-third the size of the US. Its climate varies from tropical monsoon in the south to temperate in the north. Landforms in India are plains, deserts, and the Himalayan mountains in the north. With the exception of the deserts and mountains, India has a very high population density in most of the country. India experiences droughts, flash floods, as well as widespread and destructive flooding from the monsoons, severe thunderstorms, and earthquakes. The population is overstraining natural resources and contributing to air and water pollution. India is also working on preservation of forests due to biodiversity loss. Years of nonviolent resistance to British rule, led by Gandhi and Nehru, eventually resulted in Indian independence, which was granted in 1947. India experiences conflict and wars with Pakistan throughout its history. English is a subsidiary official language. So although it's the most important language for national, political, and commercial communication, Hindi is the language that is the most widely spoken. And there's also 14 other official languages in India. As far as religion goes, almost 80% of the population is Hindu, 14% Muslim. Christian is only 2.3%. And then other and unspecified is almost 4%. India experiences very high risk for infectious diseases, including typhoid fever, dengue fever, Japanese syphilis, and malaria. The government of India is a federal parliamentary republic. The capital is New Delhi. India's diverse economy encompasses everything from traditional village farming to modern agriculture, handicrafts, other modern industries, and then also a multitude of services, including information technology. India has the fourth largest coal reserve in the world. 21.9% of the population is below the poverty line. The currency is the Indian rupee. India is the world's largest producer of licit opium for the pharmaceutical trade, but an undetermined amount of that opium is diverted to illicit international drug markets. So it's kind of a transit point for those narcotics that are produced in neighboring countries and throughout and distributed throughout Southwest Asia. Terrorist groups in Asia in India pose a significant threat to the people. Other long-term challenges remain significant, including India's discrimination against girls and women, access to education, and then also discrimination from the caste system. Alright, so that's India. And about my faith. Okay, so I was born in a Christian family. I accepted Jesus as my savior when I was 3 years old, and I don't really remember a time when I didn't believe in him. So it's kind of been a lifelong journey of learning how to listen to him better, obey him better, produce fruit in my life that is aligned with what I believe and what I'm striving to live for. I've never really had a time when I've rebelled against God. So just there's been hard times, but I've always been kind of, working on my relationship with him and viewing everything through the lens of my relationship with God. So one of those hard times that I talked about was that one of my brothers was born 3.5 months early, and so he struggled with health problems his whole life. And there's been times when things were really scary and really hard. And I think everyone in my family would say that that's something that's contributed to their own faith journey. It's just things that have tested their faith or things that have grown their faith, like the miracles that God can work and the ways that he proves himself faithful. Another hard thing in my life has been an ongoing battle with anxiety, and that started about 5 years ago, and it has been a really hard thing, but it also, I think, is one of the things that has grown my faith the most in my life. So it's hard, it's a hard thing to be grateful for, but it's also, how can you not be grateful for something that has pushed you closer in faith and in loving God. So also with my anxiety, I really strive to be open and honest about it, because I think that only in sharing your struggles can you grow closer to people, and only in sharing can you help each other. And I think vulnerability is an important thing in the Christian community that we're not always good at being vulnerable. So that's something that I've been working on, especially in the last year. I read the Bible through in 90 days this year, and it was something that really helped. It just helped me, that having that routine of reading every day, and also it just gave me a good picture of what does the whole Bible look like, from like a timeline from cover to cover, what happens, and how is everything connected and related. So I really recommend that if you are wanting to read through the Bible program. It's only about half an hour to an hour of reading every day. So if you can make time for that, I think it's a really good thing to do. And then lastly, I'm going to just share my favorite Bible verse. So it's Psalm 139, 9 through 12. God used these verses in my life during a really hard and kind of dark time. So I just want to share that with you. Let me just bring it up here. Alright, so this is the English Standard Version. If I take the wings of the morning and dwell in the uttermost parts of the sea, even there your hand shall lead me, and your right hand shall hold me. If I say, surely the darkness shall cover me, and the light about me be night, even the darkness is not dark to you. For night is bright as the day, for darkness is as light with you. So yeah, that's my favorite Bible verse. And I think I'm just going to end there. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week.